All right, guys, I just finished feeding the animals, and now today it just started raining, so I'm gonna stay inside today. I got a couple of things I need to do. First is I've got to continue building a software application I'm working on. But more importantly, right now, I actually want to finish building my 20-meter dipole antenna. So I'm going to show you the parts that I'm using. Again, everything is found around the house, and I'll indicate which ones I actually had to buy. But for the most part, everything has been found around the house. And then I'm going to show you all the things, what I'm doing, how I got the parts together. And then if I have enough time, I'm going to actually show you the SWR reading on that 20-meter dipole to see if it's resonant for 20 meters. So in the meantime, stay tuned. I will be back showing you all the parts for my radio. All right, we are inside now, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, or how I'm going to build a 20-meter dipole. Right now, everything on the table that you can see is pretty much all the parts that I'm going to need. Well, minus the coax cable. But basically, you're going to have some wire strippers. You know, any one of these three tools can be a wire stripper, also a wire cutter. And then you're going to need a connector. So this one in particular I have is BNC male, as you can see, and it has these, I guess they call them banana clips at the top, where they have holes, and you can put the wire through the holes. So we'll use that. And these two things right here, I used old paper towel cardboard roll that I'm using just to wrap the wires around. These two wires actually came from this Cat6 cable. I believe it says Cat6 somewhere on the cable. Let's see. Where are you? It's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. See right here, Cat6. Network cable that I've had for years. I used to do a lot of networking in corporate and also on the side. So I have a lot of this excess cabling laying around. And basically all I did was cut some of the wire. And in the case of 20-meter dipole, it's 16.6, I think, or something like that. But in any event, I cut 17 feet of this Cat6 cable. And I will, when we tune the antenna, we'll have to shrink the wire down. But, you know, I wanted to make sure I had enough. But in any case, it's 17 feet. And then in this Cat6 cable, there are 4 twisted pairs. So I took the liberty of opening this one up. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 twisted pairs. Now, these 2 wires right here, as an example, are the same wires that I had from here and here. And what this allows me to do is, because I cut the length to 17 feet, I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 wires that are 17 feet long each, which is great because now I can see, hey, I've got 1 dipole, 2 dipole, 3 dipole, 4 dipoles that I can make. And I can probably make them in different sizes with the Cat5 cable that I have. So, you know, my tip is don't throw away all your network cables because you never know, you might need them for something completely different other than networking. But anyway, basically what I did was I stripped the jacket off of this and pulled the wires out. And there's this little bit of nylon string. If you split the jacket down enough, you can grab that string and then pull it, and then it will rip down the side and you can pull the wires out. I'm not going to do that right now because that's really not the objective of what I'm trying to show you. But all I'm saying is you're able to get these wires out. And when you do, they will actually still be twisted like this. So you actually have to find a way to untwist them. And what I found out was that if I untwisted, you know, just the beginning, well, let's see if I can do this one right here. if you untwist it enough, you can attach it, the two pieces of wire somewhere, and then attach the other end of the wire to a drill and turn the drill so that it untwists all this for you a lot faster. Because believe you me, when I first started doing this, I was like, wow, this is taking a long time because it's very thin wire. It's a 24 gauge wire, I believe. And it just took a long time to unravel. So I ended up getting the drill, attaching the two ends to the drill right here, and then basically was unscrewing it, and it unraveled the wire for me a lot faster. So I'm just gonna move this stuff out the way, because next thing we have to do is just attach it. So I have these two wires right here. This one's a little twisted up, but that's fine. I'm just trying to keep it all clean. And I'm gonna just show you in the beginning what I did. Let's see, I got it unwound on the wrong side. So let's do this one right here. All I really did was get a wire stripper and strip off the end enough to make contact with the post for this right here. And then you can screw this all the way off. And it doesn't matter which one you use. You can use either one. But from what I understand, and I haven't tested it yet, and I probably should, but I don't have my voltmeter with me right now. But the red one is supposed to be the center pin. You see that? The center pin. They're supposed to be connected. So if you get your voltmeter and attach one pin, one lead to the pin right there, and then the other one to the post right here, you should get that beep. And then if you attach one end of your lead to this one, and then the outside of the connector, it should beep. If it doesn't, and you touch it on the inside pin, let me see if you can see that. If you touch it on the inside pin and then touch it here and it beeps, that means these caps are reversed. So basically, I would undo the cap and switch it, because the center pin is supposed to be your positive, and then the outside is your negative. Hopefully that makes sense. So basically what I would end up doing with this is I would just feed this through this hole, and then hopefully you can see it goes through on this side, and then through this second hole right here. Let's see if I can get it all the way through. There we go. And just make sure it has some contact, and then basically screw it down all the way down. So there's contact with the metal. This in itself will allow some strain relief on your wire. And probably what I should have done, because I'm kind of rushing through this and I apologize, but if I unscrew it, have enough of the wire stripped that once you push it through the hole right here, you can kind of wrap it around this post so you have enough contact with the post, and then screw it back down. And then that way, if you have to tug on it, it will not come out. And then you do the same thing with the second one. Let's see, there we go. And again, this is all 17 feet, so I'm really not trying to unravel this whole thing, because you wouldn't really be able to see it. And then you would feed this through, and then you would attach it through on the same thing right here. So now that I've got these parts together, it's raining outside, so I'm not going to be able to do this outside. I'm not doing it inside anyways. I'm going to need to attach a coax cable here. And then on the other end of the coax, attach my meter to test to see if it's resonant on 20 meters. And that's the next thing that we're going to do. So stand by. When the rain stops, I will go outside. I will also have to put a few other things on this wire to be able to hang it up into a tree or whatever I'm going to do to get it up. Basically, you've got your dipole where you have your connector, and then the wires are going to be basically, well, they don't have to be exactly perpendicular all the way out. They can be at, I think, a V shape. So we're going to do a inverted V dipole. It's better if I show you outside. It makes more sense because there's more room. So until then, stand by, and when the weather gets a little bit better, which is going to be later, probably in about an hour or so, we'll go outside and we'll finish doing this.